Hello, my name is Sahil Malik. I'm a trainer and consultant and I love Angular. I deliver trainings on Angular regularly and you can find my email address right here. Here's another video making yet another Angular concept easy and simple to understand. As always, I look forward to your feedback. Thank you for watching. So in another video, I've talked about things like input, output, view children, transclusion, and I've talked about basic data binding concepts, interpolation, one-way data binding, two-way data binding. So the whole thing that we're trying to solve here is render content on the view with as easy as possible to describe code. And one of the very important parts of that is pipes. Now, if you're familiar with AngularJS filters and pipes are the same thing, but in AngularJS, there used to be a filter called filter. So we don't do that anymore. We call it pipes because I think it's a better name. Okay, so let's check that out. So basically, if you see here in my code example here, I'm doing some basic data binding code. If you want to see how exactly this example is built, I have another video on data binding that I recommend you check out. But basically, it renders code like this. Now, so far so good, but what I'd like to do is it would be really nice if this name could be written in uppercase. What do? Do I do 2 upper on every single object? Because I don't want to change the business object. I just want to affect how it is rendered. It's actually very simple. So that is where the friend name is coming from. And I'm just going to say, just like one minor code change here. And I'm going to say uppercase. And when I hit save and refresh here, you see here that all of these are uppercased. That's it. That's what a pipe is. So basically, we have a pipe here called uppercase that is built into Angular, and I can just use it. But the question is, can I author my own pipes? Absolutely. So let's go ahead and create our own pipe. I'm going to say, let's create a pipe to, let's say, remove space pipe. So the purpose here is that whatever text is passed into it, this thing is just going to basically remove the spaces out of it and then render it. Now, writing a pipe is actually ridiculously simple. You just write a class like this, and in that you implement a method called transform. And then the first parameter is the text that is passed into you, or the object that is passed into you that you want to transform. In this case, it's friend.name. And then you can have any number of subsequent parameters that can, say, add further configurability. For instance, date format, you may want to pass in, let's say, date format, in a month, year, whatever. And probably a translatable text may want to say what language you want to use, etc. And then you decorate this class with a decorator called addPipe, which we import from Angular core, and you give the pipe a name. But that's one thing you need to do. And the second thing you need to do is that your module needs to be informed that we rely on this pipe. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and import it here. And this remove spaces, I'm going to go ahead and add that into declarations. Little typo there. Let's go ahead and fix that. Like that. Okay. Right. Now, how do I use it? So you notice that in the pipe, let's go to the pipe for a second. I had a name called remove spaces, and I can call this pipe. Now, because my module knows about it, I can simply call it by going to wherever I'm trying to apply this pipe, and I'm just going to say, pipe symbol, and I'm going to say remove spaces and hit save. I come back to my page here, I'm going to hit F5, and see now it has removed spaces out of all of these names. And that's how we write pipes. It's pretty simple.